Why do couples who felt perfectly aligned before the wedding suddenly find their connection evaporating a few years later? The initial obsession fades, and the warmth that used to feel effortless is replaced by friction. This text lays out a useful framework. Human emotions operate like a spoken language. Just as we have a native tongue, we have a native emotional language. When partners try to communicate affection, they often fail because they are speaking two completely different emotional languages, like trying to speak Japanese to someone who only understands Greek. If you only speak your native language to someone who doesn't understand it, the result is awkward. You end up relying on pointing and grunting to get your ideas across. The message of affection gets lost in translation. When a marriage begins to hurt, the issue is rarely an absence of love. The issue is a failure to choose the correct language for delivery. This excerpt introduces a crucial mechanism for understanding a relationship's health: the invisible emotional love tank. This tank functions exactly like an automobile's oil reservoir. When a person's tank is full, they feel secure. They look outward and strive to reach their potential. But when that tank runs empty, they feel used. They withdraw, become critical, and lash out with harsh words. Trying to run a marriage on an empty love tank will cause catastrophic engine failure. Keeping that tank full is a daily requirement for the relationship to survive. The first emotional language is words of affirmation. For people who speak this dialect, verbal compliments and direct statements of appreciation are the most reliable method for filling their love tank. If this is your partner's language, try a criticism fast. Commit to offering 0 critiques and giving only specific, genuine compliments for 24 to measure the immediate change in the relationship's temperature. The second language is quality time. This requires giving a partner undivided attention. Sitting in the same room while neighborhood where one of you grew up. Use the environment as a vehicle for focused conversation about childhood memories. The third language is receiving gifts. This requires tangible symbols of love. The monetary value is largely irrelevant. The impact comes entirely from the fact that the giver was actively thinking about the recipient. You can satisfy this need by picking up a favorite snack or a small, unexpected item during a routine commute. These 3 languages take the internal, abstract feeling of affection and convert it into external, observable evidence that a partner can actively process. The fourth language is acts of service. Here, actions like doing the laundry, changing a diaper, or mowing the lawn serve as the clearest communicators of affection. But each language has specific dialects. 2 people might both maluse service, but one might feel loved when the car is washed, while the other prioritizes having the bed made. This passage details a husband named Bob who tried learning this language late in life. His early attempts resulted in blue towels covered in white bleach spots and a bar of soap mangled in the garbage disposal. Yet, because he was actively trying to speak her language, his wife's emotional tank filled up anyway. The fifth language is physical touch. This provides a baseline of emotional security, and it operates independently from purely sexual intimacy. You can test this by adjusting your standard greeting routine. Meet your spouse in the driveway or the garage with a physical embrace before they even put their keys in the door. Earnest speaking your spouse's language is a conscious choice. It requires the willingness to abandon your own personal stereotypes about how a relationship should operate. Knowing the 5 languages is only half the process. Many people struggle to identify their own primary language and need a structured way to diagnose it. This text outlines 3 diagnostic questions. First, what hurts you most? Second, what do you request most often? Third, how do you express love? Your answers point directly to your native tongue. The text also introduces the tank check to monitor emotional levels. The protocol works like this. One partner asks for a reading from 0 to 10. The other gives a number to represent their tank level. The first partner then follows up with a simple question. What could I do to help fill it? Delivering on that request proves that love is a choice. It is the active decision to expend personal energy for someone else's benefit, often by speaking a language that feels unnatural to you. The initial high of falling in love is an accident of biology. Staying in love is a deliberate daily act of communication that keeps a connection alive for a lifetime.